Hi guys, today we're going to do another wedding related video, and because when I post this kind of content a lot of new people are coming, I'm going to introduce myself briefly. So my name is Kseni and I usually do lifestyle videos. I want to do more fashion and beauty related videos because I'm very passionate about that, but mainly it's just lifestyle. And yeah, today we're going to talk about how I organized my wedding, and I'm going to show you my wedding planner. So this is the wedding planner I used. This is how it looks like. I hope it's focusing. And it was £18. That's 23 euros. And another thing that I want to mention before going through this is that I planned on just going through everything and erase all the messy writing and correct stuff and underline with pretty colors and stuff to make it more aesthetically pleasing, but I decided to leave it like that so I can show you the real process behind organizing a wedding. And sometimes, to be honest, that's a little bit messy, but let's get through. So on the first page, time to begin planning the wedding, and you just have a short introduction of your proposal, and I write a little text here. And then everything is sectioned with these little things. Here is a section of start planning. So you have the wedding party, the wedding if you have something like that. We didn't have any of these wedding account, a wedding bank account or insurance, stuff like that. I think this is more common in the American weddings or probably in the UK as well, but in Romania we don't usually do this, or we didn't do because our wedding was quite small, so we were able to speak with everyone in person. And here comes the mess. A bit embarrassing to show you this, but these pages of notes, they were actually very helpful because you do have to make loads of lists. This was the things that were on my mind, so this was very helpful to get everything out and not keep my mind busy with everything. So all these lists started on the 7th of April and our wedding was on July. So imagine, I started quite late, to be honest. Although everything was in my mind, I had to actually do the things that I planned. And here you have a little theme and just an inspiration board. I think you should always have a theme page and where you can actually print the photos so everyone can see what you have in mind, because it's quite difficult to explain to people. Here as well, the chosen theme, and I put in a few words what I expected of the wedding. So this was also good for me to come back to when I was quite stressed, just to remind myself that I want a wedding in the nature and I want something very simple, so I don't need any sophisticated things. And then again a part of notes, so you can put all the questions or something that you have in mind. This is the part where I planned the civil wedding and I listed all the documents necessary and what I had in mind for that. At the end of every section in this planner, you have this plastic pocket, which are very, very useful because you can put receipts in it. It's really good to keep everything in one place. And if you don't write something in the planner, you can always put the papers in this pocket. The next section is about guest lists and budgeting. And then you have a little thing that explains to you what you need to expect or how people usually do this. It also tells you about unplanned expenses. So that's very good because I didn't know in the beginning what to expect and how to budget, but this really helped me. And then you have a bunch of lists that tells you like the guest list, the final numbers, and then obviously the actual guest lists. And I'm gonna tell you, you'll have loads of lists, especially if you organize your wedding during the pandemic, because things were changing constantly. And again, the list I was telling you about, the wedding budgets, save the dates. And then the payment, it's a really good list here because look, it tells you the estimated amount. So this is everything that you think you will spend, and this is the actual amount. So it's very useful to see in the end like the total. And then again, you have a lot of payment details and clothing and beauty, wedding party budget, stationery, flowers, venue, entertainment, and then the payment calendar. As you can see, my payment calendar was quite small because I did a lot of stuff myself, and I told you I want a pretty small and simple wedding. But look how long this is. So you have a lot of space for your payment calendar. So if you plan a big wedding, this is perfect for it because you can have everything in one place. Again, more guest lists, and then some notes. And look, this is what I told you about all the receipts. So in order for you to be able to fill these pages with like the budgets, you need to keep your receipts because otherwise you will not remember. So here are all of our receipts for the wedding. I even put the small stuff like hair accessory and stuff like that, you know. And then the next section is the details. Okay, I'm really sorry, but my battery died, so if the format is a little bit different, it's because I had to change it on my phone. But let's continue. So the next part is the details, and this is the part when you actually make decision, like it says here as well. And then again, it gives you a little bit of information to know what to expect. And then you have details about the ceremony, the readings. I didn't put that yet, but I definitely want to take some of the readings from our pastor and write it here so I can have it as a memory. I really loved our ceremony. And then the invitation wording, because I did it myself, I wrote everything down. And then order of the service. This again, our pastor did that. Details about the photographer, short lists, the videographer. They were the same, that's why it's blank. Some more notes, honeymoon ideas. I really want to complete this because our honeymoon was perfect. But here I wrote the options. And then honeymoon plans, you also have everything here. It's not very necessary like flight details, you're not gonna grab the planner with you, but it's nice to have it as a memory, I guess. And then the actual countdown. Again, another guest list. I'm really sorry for the messy thing, but here it was 12 months ago, 11 months ago, and as you saw before, I started writing in it like in April, so this was not very useful for me, but it is very nice to just put your tasks here as well. Then it was a final to-do list and get married. I didn't do this here, but I had a separate paper. Next section is what to wear, and again a lot of details, what people usually do, so that was very helpful, especially if you haven't been to many weddings like in my case. And then wish list and ideas, that's very good for choosing your dress. And here I did a little inspirational board from my Pinterest page, things that I liked, and then the dress I chose these two dresses. This was for the ceremony and this was for the evening. If you didn't see that video, I will link it above and below and everywhere. Again, outfit checklist. We didn't have that many people, so we had mine, grooms, bridesmaids, best man's, mom, Paul's mom, my dad, and Paul's dad. Then accessories, didn't have any, to be honest. And then appointments, this was really helpful. I only had to do hair and makeup, but it's really nice to put the details for when you try on dresses. I didn't have the planner when I tried on dresses, and I didn't write the appointments, but this would have been very helpful. And then the fittings as well. And then just wedding party ideas. We did a video, that's what I wrote here, the script. And this was the seating chart for the ceremony. And then final choices, Didn't actually use that. More notes, and then again the envelope, and then the celebrations. Again, a little thing that tells you what to expect of this section, where to spend, choose the menu, get crafty, create the atmosphere. The celebration schedule, this was the order of events kind of, so you have, it gives you like really nice big moments of your night. Key moments, that's the word, like speeches, toasts, cutting the cake, arrival drinks, so you put everything in a timeline. This was very helpful. And then more notes, the seating plan, this was so cute. Look, so you have top table, table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We didn't have that many, we had 3. But anyway, we didn't have a top table like where we would supposed to sit. We didn't have that. We just wanted to sit with everyone and to talk with our guests. And we had long tables, that's why we had less. But this is a really important part. Venue contacts, we just spoke on WhatsApp all the time, so we didn't write it here. Menu choices, write my menu here, and drink choices. The wedding cake. Inspiration board for the wedding cake. I knew it was very simple, so I didn't post anything. Then what else? Flowers. I wrote some notes, and this is the people I contacted. And then this is the people we went with. Favors, we didn't have this. Gifts, again, no. Music was quite easy. This was Paul's task. So we just wrote the first dance song and what we don't want. Not very useful, 2 pages of music. Entertainment, we didn't have any. We just had the DJ. And then candy bar notes, all the ingredients we needed. Again, some lists and more notes. And then another envelope, but this section was not very useful for us. I mean, we just used a little bit. Having a small wedding, we didn't need this much. And then gifts. Here, I'm not going to show you because it's a list with all the gifts we received. And then you have gift list suppliers. I don't know what that is. Thank you notes. We did our thank you notes and send them online. I need to write what we wrote in the thank you notes here. So here we have more notes and then the envelope at the end of it. Contact notes and memories. This is the part that I need to complete. Wedding contacts. Look how many. They are incredible. Cannot believe having this many wedding contacts. We didn't have like just 2 or 3. Memories. I think I'm going to print some photos and put them here. And then the last envelope. And that's it. So this was the planner. I hoped you like it. It was very helpful for us, although you saw there were many sections that were still blanked. But yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that recently I opened my own stationery brand called Attire and Aureli, and although I'm making just wedding invitations for the moment, I do want to expand it. Probably one of the first things I will do is my own wedding planner because I know how helpful they are, and I want to make one that is also suitable for a more traditional wedding, and just to let people know what the traditions are in different parts of the world, because this was very a UK or American style planner. And I think a planner is a very good investment if you want to get more involved in organizing your own wedding. But if you don't want to get as involved and you see this as a massive stress, you can always hire a wedding planner. I didn't want that just because I wanted to make the wedding very intimate and personal. And yeah, that's all for today's video. I hope it was helpful if you plan your wedding. I don't know if you can find the exact same planner, but I hope you find helpful me showing you the sections, and just to see what I've used and what I haven't used, because in the beginning you're not very sure what's going to be helpful. But this is how I did it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!